What's quack-a-lacking, guys? I'm Dark Quack here, and welcome back to another Marquee matchup prediction episode on the channel. So this weekend is absolutely packed with so many different games, so many big leagues, so it could be absolutely anything. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to narrow it down to the ones that I like personally and the ones that I'm going to be investing in, along with a couple that I think have a real good shot. So we're going to start off, and we're going to avoid the Premier League for this weekend. We're going to go straight to Ligue 1. And we are going to have Marseille, which is, there it is, against PSG. So it's a huge game in the league, Le Classique. And as always, with all of these investments, if we're smart and we're looking on the market, we have plenty of minimum bid options for gold players for both teams. We're not short on picks here. Just make sure, as always, again, you're conscious of the position you're picking up, the rating you're picking up, the nationality. All these little things can help just make those investments that tiny bit more stronger than perhaps they could be. Another game we're going to look at, so we're going to actually avoid the Bundesliga and the Serie A. We're going to avoid La Liga. So a lot of these leagues we're avoiding because they were mentioned last one. So in the last Marquee matchups, we had a La Liga match, so I'm not going to include that. The Premier League games this weekend, they're not as big as they were the weekend prior, so we're not going to include those. Same with the ones in the Serie A. So we're going to move on to the Eredivisie for our second pick. And it's going to be a derby between Ajax and it's going to be Feyenoord. And it's known as the Klassieker or something along those kind of lines. Now, again, plenty of options for gold players, plenty of discard options. So both teams have us completely covered. There's not a lot more we can really ask for or talk about with these. It's more just highlighting that these are games that could be happening. Let's just make sure that we account for them. So, on to the next one, and I don't know why I'm going in there. There is a derby, actually, between Olympiacos, I think, and this team, possibly. I haven't covered it, but I think there is one in there. So, that's something you guys could look into. We are going to move straight on to... I'm just trying to remember the teams. Sorry, not the teams, the leagues that we're looking for. So, we'll go for the MLS one next, because I know that there is a derby there. It's between the Portland Timbers and the Vancouver Whitecaps. So, if we're having a look here, if we went for gold players, we are very limited for choice. There aren't a ton, maybe 2 players per team. So, you're not going to have an absolute wealth of options like you are with the others. And if we have a look at the Whitecaps as well, I think there's maybe 1. Yeah, we've got 1 and we've got a special card here as well. So, we're not absolutely flooded with options. But if we're looking for discard value players, there are tons of bronze players that we can still be picking up for absolute discard. Now, personally, this is one of the games that I've chose to go for. And the reason for that is the MLS season is ending soon. We haven't seen an MLS game included in any of the marquee matchups. And I kind of felt like that could be good enough reason to take a punt on this match. Whether it's going to come in or not, I have absolutely no idea. But there has to be at least a chance of it coming in, seeing as we haven't seen an MLS game yet, and that's why I personally chose to go for this one. So, moving along a little bit more, we're coming to the Russian League next. Now, this is another one I quite fancy, because we haven't seen any Russian leagues included yet. So this one's got CSKA Moscow against Zenit St. Petersburg. And again, we don't need that one there. It would be extremely cheap for us to pick all these guys up if we're just planning ahead like we normally do. With the Russian League just coming out as one of the SBCs, though, a lot of player prices have become inflated. So you're not going to be spoiled for choice as much as some of the other games, but we still have plenty of options across both of these teams here. Moving on to the last couple, we've got a derby here in the South African League between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Kaizer Chiefs have 1 gold player. Orlando Pirates don't have... 2 gold players. Whereas the Orlando Pirates don't have any. So if we're looking for investments from both teams, we're going to have to be looking at bronze and silvers for the Pirates here. And as you can see, they are slightly inflated at the moment, but we still have enough options to pick them up. And when hype kicks in next week, you can only expect these guys to rise more. It's regardless of whether they make it or not. So if you get your sniping on, get some sniping filters going, some mass bidding, whatever you want to do. Picking up these players for discard will turn you a profit on hype alone. Whew, I'm running out of breath here. So, on to the next one. We're going to look at the Super League now. And we have a big game between Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Now, this is known as the Intercontinental Derby, apparently, which I found out today. And again, it's very much like the others. This league, SBC, was released a while ago, so we are spoiled for choice of discard gold players for both teams. Just be smart, again, with who you're picking up and the rating and the nationality and all the basic kind of stuff there. There is one more game I wanted to mention, and it is in the Austrian League, and it is between Austria Vienna and Rapid Vienna. Now, this derby apparently is called the Wiener Derby, the Vienna Derby, something like that. And if we search for gold players, we are not going to find any. So we're going to be looking for the bronze and the silver players here. So I've already picked myself up a bunch of these guys as well, because I quite like the idea of this derby being included. And they've already started going up. We picked all of ours up for 150 coins. They're already 500 odd coins minimum. So again, if you're sniping on this filter, you're going to guarantee yourself some profit because you can sell on hype. We don't need this match to be included. We can just sell it when the hype really kicks in. Same with that South African match from before. Now, that's not every game we have going on this week, but they are all the games that I really fancied myself. So they're the ones that I'm going to share with you here. As you can see from my transfer list, we went massive on the MLS game, probably a bit bigger than we should have, and we also went massive on the Austria against Rapid Vienna game. We have about 150 cards, maybe, including the ones stored in my club, and I will be investing in another one, maybe the French League, maybe the Russian League, maybe the Eredivisie. I'm not sure which one yet, but just to cover a bit more of an expensive one, I'm going to cover that as well. Well, for my own investing is what I mean anyway. So guys, going to wrap up the video there. I hope this has given you some ideas of how we can invest for marquee matchups, but how we can also use it to invest on the hype and then sell them off without any risk for profit. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like, guys. Comment down below if I've missed any derbies that you really think are going to make it, or big games or anything. Twitter is in the description, so make sure you follow me there because we're always tweeting out stuff, articles, all kinds of things. And we also got a Discord up, so make sure that you are joining that one as well. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.